we'll have a link on our Facebook for to check out all of his work. You'll see, big support of the IBA, and you'll see the trophies throughout the year. Yeah, but that's the heat over. It is all over. Hardy pulls in, Sam Bennett pulls in, but that buzzer has started for the second heat. It is all over. Ryan Hardy progresses. Nick Omrod progresses.
Yep.
We say goodbye to
Sam Bennett and Amaury Laverne.
But let's have a look at this, Jeff. I'm going to check out, pull in Manny, but over to you.
Oh, wow, look at that. Ryan Hardy pulling in drop knee. And then Sam Bennett just drops in on him. Look at that. Two of them in the barrel. That was a pretty cool shot. He almost makes it out. Well, he does make it out of the barrel. But he just, Sam's pretty happy with that. He may not have won the heat or made it through it, but he had a good time getting barreled off his mind out there. And, Ryan and Nick, probably, maybe the favorites going into that heat come out on top with their barrel riding experience and knowledge out of the box that they've put in. Nick's put in a lot of time out here, and it definitely showed in that heat from what he did. Yeah, we're welcoming another guy into the commentator's box, Manny Vargas. This is actually his home turf. Manny's home turf. He's back at home.
Oh, my. Hubby, guys, when I rolled up and finally saw the waves, because I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't watching the swell forecast from home, but unbelievable waves, and this guy is happy. Ryan Hardy winning that first heat. I was watching that first heat from here, watching you guys. And I'm excited, man. I think I had too much coffee this morning on the way here, and I'm glad I did, because this is we got some intense action ready to rock today.
Ready. You're gonna be ready all day, Manny. This is stuff that's gonna be happening for the next 4 or 5 hours. So sit back in front of your screens, everybody. Listen to Manny, chat it up. He's gonna be giving you the info for the next few hours and talking you through the wonderful day we got in store here. So we're in heat number 2 right now. Manny, who's in it?
All right, heat number 2, we have Mike Stewart will be in the red jersey. Look at that lineup, though, in the channel. We got everybody, board caddies, and anybody just wanting to get that front row seat. You know what? If I was here watching, I'd be right there, front row center, with maybe a GoPro or some kind of 50mm lens or something to capture everything. But, yeah, I'm excited. Mike Stewart's coming up. We got Ruyman Rey from the Canary Islands, and we also have Mitch Rawlins, and yes, the super Grom, Lewy Finnegan. Lewy Finnegan, this kid is he's awesome. He's going to surprise everybody.
Yeah, it's a stacked heat, and Mitch Rawlins, probably the guy we're all looking for out there. He's got so much talent, and everyone always wants to see him surf and perform. But then Mike Stewart, 48, 49, whatever years old, he's just still dominating the sport. Just came off second place at Pipeline, and Ruyman Rey, Canary Island local. He's used to these waves we were saying earlier, so he's really good in these conditions. And Lewy Finnegan, like we've all pointed out, hyping this Grom up. It's going to be exciting.
We have every generation right there. We got the first generation, Mike Stewart, who's been around from day one, so he has a ton of wave knowledge, including here at the box. And on the other side of the spectrum, Lewy Finnegan. What is he, 16, 17 years old?
Yeah, totally. So that's right, 3 generations of bodyboarders right there.
This is it. This is going to be all these heats are stacked. Round number 2 is an elimination round, and we try to figure out what we could tag today's day of competition, because somebody or half of the people are walking home. So in round 2. So do you have any words? This is the day of doom, or
no? It's not. This is how competitions go. People have to get eliminated at some point, and yesterday everyone got to surf and have a chance, and then today, this round 2. Eliminates eight riders, and they're going to be all good riders. The top, the 32 guys in this event are all really good, and then we have round 3, and then there's going to be 8 guys eliminated from round 3 today as well. So, it's at the end of today, the field will be cut in half. So it will take us 2 days to cut the field in half, and, there's some guys getting ready for their heat. We got Brad, Chad, and Winnie just cruising, trying to look incognito, pretending they don't hear my voice, but it's cool.
Yeah, I think you heard it now. They actually gave me a lift to my apartment yesterday, and that's when I told them, "Whoa, man, how long have you had that beard?"
Yeah, you got to massage that ankle out, roll out those ankles. Yep, that's what my physio tells me to do every day. 30 reps, Winnie, get it up. So we're doing it. Yeah, it's all in the action. That's why everyone's just talking smack here.
What's the overall vibe in the competitors area with all the riders?
Everyone's pretty psyched. Yeah. Here we are. The box, the competitor is awesome. We're sitting there, and you can look out right at the wave. And then we have a video camera. We have a live TV show.
They got that LCD screen in the competitors area, so they can watch the reviews and watch everything that you guys are watching. Yep. So it's pretty nice in there. But what was it like?
Live
Oh,
action.
whoa. Mitch Rawlins up and
Wow.
riding in yellow.
Yep.
So definitely some barrel time will be had today from all the riders. And a lot of the guys are starting off to hit the lip, too, in that first heat. So, again, Mitch Rawlins in yellow. Mike Stewart in red, Ruyman Rey in white, in blue, Lewy Finnegan. Welcome once again, everybody. This is the 2012 IBA Box Pro brought to you by Reflex Wetsuits. And here we are with the first Reflex replay of heat number 2.
Yeah, that's a mouthful. Look at Mitch just driving through this pit. Oh, yeah, just trying to get as deep as he can. He's pretty stoked. Going to do a nice cutty right there. Typical Mitch Rawlins, just facial expression in that cutback. Oh, he's psyched. Not a bad way to start his heat off. You know, get a wave under his belt. Just, you know, the box can be notoriously slow. And look at this, up and riding Mike Stewart.
You didn't even look down to see whose name was in red. You know his style, Mike Stewart.
Yeah, exactly, Manny. I liked how he stalled there for that, you know, that smaller section. He knew he was going to have to do something else besides get barreled because the wave was a little smaller, and he did it. He get a nice barrel to roll out, so that'll help his cause.
I know you're one of those guys that watches the swell models, you know, like a hawk. So what are we looking at today? Ryan Hardy's one of those other guys, too, as far as the conditions.
Well, today's conditions, you know, we got a nice ground swell coming in. It's not too big, but it's a, you know, a perfect size, about 4 feet here at the box, and that's really nice. And we got great offshore winds and up and riding. Is this Lewy Finnegan?
Oh, the Grommy in blue. Louis airdropping into this pit, spit and everything coming around him. Is he going to make it out of that? No, his board is just dangling in the whitewash. What happened on that?
I don't know, but he airdropped in the beginning. Up in here, Ruyman Rey, Canary Islands. Let's see what he's got for us. Oh, nice little barrel. So, yeah, cool. Everyone's got a wave now. And, you know, Louis didn't make his, but it was a pretty impressive wave. It was probably the biggest wave that we've seen in this heat.
Back.
What?
Mitch Rawlins.
Wow.
Nice turn off the bottom. Looking for that lip maneuver after that pocket ride. Perfect cylindrical roll right there, Mitch Rawlins.
Yep, that's textbook Mitch Rawlins for you. Just get shacked. Nice round roll. Clean surfing by Mitch. That's what he's known for, and that's what he does on a daily basis. It's pretty awesome to see him doing it in front of our eyes and at the box, one of his favorite waves.
So getting back to the swell forecast and the winds. What are the winds going to do? Because we know the waves are here. We're loving it. Another look. Reflex replay.
Airdrop. Oh, but he got up in there and look at the shockwave just pitched him. He was and couldn't regain his line after that. But you know the box is notorious for that, Manny. It's so heavy with that shockwave, so thick. What is Ruyman doing here on this one, Manny?
Ruyman Rey, the Canary Islands rider, slides under the pocket. Perfect trim line right there. And he finds an opening, stays open for him, and that's it for Ruyman Rey. He's actually out there with a hurt leg. Here's another look of Mitch Rawlins' wave.
Wow, that's a solid wave of the box. Just real square, you know, lining it up this roll. Boom. Nice round roll. Look how clean that was. So, yeah, Mitch, stoked. He got 2 waves. He's probably leading the heat with two nice little moves. And he's psyched. Up in yellow, who's this? Oh,
back-to-back action.
Just couldn't quite catch that one. It's gonna spit though. Boom. Yeah.
So Mitch Rawlins, this guy, he took some time off of the professional competitive scene for some time, but now he's back and he's hungry.
With a vengeance. Look at him. He's ripping. Last year he got second in the last event in the Canary Islands, and he was putting on an incredible display. I mean, man, throwing himself over some 10-foot bombs, just getting obliterated and making some amazing pits. He was definitely, you know, amazing to watch and really stoked me out watching him do that. And that's what he's built for. You
know what I'm finding interesting is that guys like Mitch Rawlins, yourself, everybody's just pushing each other in some of the craziest waves on the IBA World Tour last year, and it's going to happen this year too. I mean, everybody sees what the other guy is doing, and you know what, I'm sure you're saying, I can do that, but I can do this too. Yeah, I mean, it pushes you. When you see the other guys doing that, you're like, well, I guess I got to do it if I want to, you know, get into the finals of a contest. That's what I'm going to be forced to do. And lo and behold, you're going to see that happen event after event, and maybe guys are going to go crazy. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be really good. All right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, 2012 IBA Box Pro coming to you live from Western Australia's Margaret River. And this event is brought to you by Reflex Wetsuits. We're going to be giving you the Reflex replays from the production crew. Also, Freedom Fins. They are sponsoring the round number 4 Freedom Round. That's where the guys who are absolutely going crazy, one guy will walk away with an extra $1,000 cash from Freedom Fins. Also, Bodyboard King. Shaggy's interviews are brought to you by Bodyboard King. Slicks and Decks. That's our water angle. Our water angle is coming to you from Chris White and Seamus Makeup out in the channel. Riptide. And also, our media partners, YouTube and iNet. So strong, cool support crew behind the Box Pro. And Hubby, guys, give us a little insight on what you have as far as up to date. Bring us all up to date as far as your sponsors, equipment, and everything you got going on.
Yeah, well, right now I'm riding a BZ board, and it was actually made in the Mez Indo factory by Dan Sivs. He's a notoriously good shaper. He shapes for all the best riders in the world. And yeah, it's been working really good out there for me, really fast. And I've been psyched. Nice and thin. It's perfect. I'm first time riding his shapes, and it's pretty stoked to be using it in a wave like the Box. You know, you need, you can get deep and need that speed, and helps you launch. So yeah, I'm psyching on it.
A lot of guys are going to a crescent tail. And you're still on your bat tail. Why is that your preference?
For me, the bat tail just gives me more speed, and it extra pop off the lip. So you know what, I'm looking for any edge I can in these competitive environment. Everyone's ripping, so you know what, I may be using a different tail, but it seems to be working for me. It's always worked. So live action, Mike Stewart on a bomb. Look at him just set this rail, stall into that pit. Wow!
Skills.
Oh, look at the roll out. Yep. Look towards the judges. Yeah, hey, I made that, guys. Yeah, he was stoked. That's going to be a good score for Mike Stewart.
All right, today's conditions, we're looking at 3 to 5 foot perfect conditions offshore at the Box. I know a lot of people want to see that death-defying action that we saw last year, but it may come. Check this out. Out the back, Lewy Finnegan.
Wow, that was a nice south heavy pit. And, sometimes those look almost thicker and more gnarly than the ones you take off at the peak. So that was a perfect example of that. Lewy Finnegan driving through a nice barrel.
Look at Sasha Specker in the orange jersey, giving him props right there, smiling.
Is he going to show him the photo? It looked like he wanted to show him his photo. Hey,
I know, Sasha, he's in the heat. Leave him alone.
You just got the cover, Lewy. Check it out.
All right, so Lewy Finnegan, believe it or not, this kid is, 16, 17 years old, and he's out here riding these waves like no other. I mean, It's good to see the young generation. That's where it's at. Let's take another look at the reflex replay of Mike Stewart.
Yeah, look at him drop into this one. You see it not quite as hard at the takeoff, but then it just squares out, getting his full name, the Box, just barreling. And, yeah, Mike, no stranger to the pit. And, yep, rolling right out of it, just like he does at backdoor at home. So, cool. Really cool to see.
That seems to be the strategy for today. Pocket ride or deep barrel ride, and then come out with a lip maneuver. That's where you're going to get the most points today.
It is. And here's live
Ruyman
action.
Rey.
He just pulled back on that one. And, it might have been a little deep, but he might have wanted to go. Once you paddle for a wave, you lose priority. So now he's in 4th priority. He may have wanted to actually try that. Oh, look at this. Mitch Rawlins.
Another
cracker.
Krager.
Oh, it's just draining out there, man. These guys are just trading tube after tube after tube.
Man, today is the day you want to be out there for the early rounds. And I heard you and Greg talking about losing out in that first heat. Probably wasn't a bad thing, because now you get to serve perfect 4 to 5 foot box with 3 other guys. So the guys who didn't make it through are at least can smile to get a few barrels under their belt. But again, only the top 2 advance on to round 3. Take another look at Mitch Rawlins.
Yeah, look at that. That was a solid big wave. Look at that stall. Just boom, just riding in that shockwave as deep as he could. That was pretty deep. Just comes flying out of the barrel.
Amazing.
Stoked, shake off the water all over his face. Yeah, he's psyched. So, yeah, it's heat number 2. This is going to be awesome. I wonder what the scores are.
Yeah, you know what? Apologies. Let's bring you up to speed on the scores right now. 16 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Where we're at.
So before that last wave, we had Mitch Rawlins in first with a 6.88 and a 4.58. So I'm going to say that last barrel is going to better his second score. Ruyman Rey was in actually second with a 5.55. Mike Stewart in third before that last wave, which was probably one of the best waves of the heat. So Mike had a 5.5, and his next wave is going to definitely help him move up into second. Lewy Finnegan, though, he's got some waves as well. But, right now we're really locking in that 2-point ride that he didn't make. So we're really looking for the scores to drop on that last exchange. And the judges have their work cut out for them today, man. It's a barrel fest, so they have to do the little details of trying to differentiate what was the difference between each wave: size, deepness, criticalness. You know, it's a tough job. I don't envy it in these conditions.
So do you think the competitors that are chilling in the competitors area, they're watching each of these scores come down the pipeline and assessing what you just said? What are the judges looking for? Where are the big scores coming from?
Oh, definitely. Everyone wants to know how to win a heat and what the scores are.
Mitch Rawlins turning around that flip and just digs a rail, but able to maintain just for a little bit longer. So they're studying. Everybody's watching the waves. They're watching the scores come down. So when you see them looking at the screen, that's pretty much what they're doing.
Yeah, and they're enjoying the show, Manny. It's a pretty cool show to watch. I'm glued to the TV even though I'm monitoring. Look at this, Mitch. Nice backflip. Looked really good, and then he just came unstuck. He got too high or something, and just couldn't quite bring it around. There's definitely some Mitch frustration there, but you know he probably wasn't going to fall into his top 2 waves anyhow. So. It was just kind of a throwaway for him.
There you have your scores on the screen. You can see 14 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. And hubby guys, I know I don't have you on here for much longer, so I threw it on the IBA World Tour Facebook to ask you any questions. So as soon as we get back, I mean, we're gonna shoot you a commercial, but as soon as we come back from that, I got a couple questions from you from a couple of Facebook fans, but live action out the back. Ruyman Rey taking a dive right there on that takeoff. What happened?
He was just too deep, man. He tried to get in deep, tried to get in from that north peak and back door of the box. That's what we saw Ryan doing in his first heat, and Ruyman just couldn't quite get an edge. You know, just steepened up too quick, and he couldn't drive off the bottom there to get through that barrel. Yeah, and it was a real fast one. So probably a good call. Just get back out there quick, and hopefully can get a couple little waves and get some scores. How much time's left, Manny?
We're looking at about just under 14 minutes remaining. And look at this, Ruyman Rey once again in white. Yeah,
so this is what he was looking for. A nice move. That'll help him. He's in 4th place at the moment. You know, he's got a 5.55, just 1 wave counting, and that'll be his 2nd scoring wave.
All right, Ruyman Rey looking for another wave, and hubby, we'll be back right after this. Is the 2012 IBA Box Pro, brought to you by Reflex Wetsuits, Freedom Fins, Bodyboard King. That is, they're going to be bringing you the Shaggy interviews, bodyboardking.com. That's Toby Player's new gig, and looks like things are going good for him.
Yeah, stoked for Tobes.
We got Slicks and Decks giving you the water angle. We also have Riptide, plus our media partners, YouTube and IINet. There you have it, round number 2, heat number 10, currently in the water. Where are we at?
Well, Mitch Rawlins is back in 1st place. He's got a couple of really good scores, a 6.88 and a 6.48. Mike Stewart's in 2nd, and Ruyman Rey's in 3rd, and Lewy Finnegan's in 4th. Lewy Finnegan, though, you know, he only needs a 6.06 to go to 2nd, so that's not much. You know, in these conditions, it's basically just a set wave, and let's check out Lewy Finnegan. I think we'll throw up a rider profile for him right now, so we can see what this young cat's all about. He's been tearing up the scene here in WA for a long time.
When was the first time you heard of Lewy Finnegan?
Maybe last year. I met him last year. We surfed a bunch of fun little waves together, and yeah, it was fun watching him just rip. You know, 17 years old, and look at him. He's hometowns. He used to surf Mandurah wedge a lot, and that's where he gets all his great experience. And it's a pretty powerful wedge, and he's really good at it.
And in fact, there is on IINet, we do have a 2011 Box Pro 26-minute documentary, which is amazing. The Snakes and Ladders guys put together a very awesome piece of work. And Lewy Finnegan and a few of his Grom brothers were also in there too. So pretty epic to watch that if you haven't already seen it.
Yeah, check it out. Go into IINet and download it. It's really cool documentary and really polished, but I think out the back we might have some action. Everyone's pulling back. Oh, Yeah, that was
you rarely see Mike Stewart pull back, but this is a competition at the box, so he's gonna wait for something solid. That was very interesting and very rare to see Mike Stewart pull back.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there. I mean, whoever pulled back would have lost priority of whatever their priority was. So I mean, pulling back is, you know, sometimes maybe not the best move, even though you may not make the wave. You might just have to commit. You go straight to fourth priority anyhow. But saying that, no one wants to hit the reef and get punished here. We've seen some huge accidents out here at the box. It's a really treacherous wave. I mean, it looks playful enough from here, but gosh, it is treacherous. And Mike knows that. He's a well-renowned wave rider, for probably one of the best wave riders in the world. So yeah, if he's pulling back, there's a good reason for it, Manny.
Exactly. I'm gonna say it's not because there's any fear. It's just a matter of wave selection, and he probably thought that wave wasn't gonna work for him.
Yeah, he's winning the heat, or he's in second, and he's got a good score. So maybe it wasn't gonna better his wave. He's one of the smartest competitors out there, as we see. Just got second to Pipeline, and he's psyching.
So IINet, if you want to see that documentary one more time, check it out on freezone.iinet.net.au. You know what? We have a graphic for that. We'll get it to you throughout the day. But again, there are your standings currently. 9 minutes to go in round number 2, heat number 10.
Yeah. So Mitch Rawlins sitting in a nice lead, and Mike Stewart, you know, probably with about 30, 40 years of competitive bodyboarding experience. Well, probably about 30-something. You know, he's almost 49 or whatnot. And so, yeah, he's been doing it forever since the dawn of bodyboarding. And we got Ruyman Rey looking for a 6.39 and Lewy Finnegan for a 6.06. So, I mean, Lewy and Ruyman are just still in this heat. You know, we got 9 minutes to go, and they just need a score basically to catch a wave, Manny.
Well, it is a 4-man priority system. Give the viewers a little the details on how that works.
Well, for the priority system, if everyone paddles out with no priority, and the first person to catch a wave, they go straight to fourth priority. And then whoever catches the next wave goes to fourth priority, and it just kind of moves up the chain like that. So whoever is waiting the longest basically is in first priority at the moment. Who hasn't paddled for a wave, hasn't caught a wave in the longest period of time, they should be in first priority at the moment.
So there's strategies that come into play when that happens, especially here at the box where there's only one wave, a right-hand wave, and there's 4 guys out there. Give us some pros and cons about the 4-man priority if you're competing.
Well, the pros are that if you want to wait and you're going to get whatever wave you want, that you don't have to battle for it, you don't have to do anything. You know, here it is, Mike Stewart. Golly, that was what happened? He's coming out. He's a world champion body surfer.
Move.
Oh my goodness, that was deep. That was a huge barrel. Mike was and look right behind him, Lewy Finnegan.
Finnegan.
Man, Lewy. Wow, Lewy comes out of that one. That was huge. So that could have been a situation change right there in front of our eyes. Mike Stewart taking the first one, and if he had made it out, he might have gone to first. But since he ate it, Manny, Lewy Finnegan comes screaming out of the barrel the second wave, and he might have got the score he needed. He only needed a 6.
Unreal. 2 things happened right there. Mike Stewart short-circuiting inside the barrel. A shockwave. Hopefully we can pull that up on the reflex replay. But Mike Stewart, here it is, the reflex replay. Talk us through it. Mike Stewart.
Mike, I mean, legend. Pulling in deep on this one at the box. I mean, you can see him setting an amazing line. He's one of the best tube riders, but he hit a bump, and then he just bounced him up, and then as a shockwave
he's
hit
still
him,
holding on.
Oh, yeah, he's the world champion body surfer as well, so he almost decided to forget his board and come out in some way, shape, or form, but right behind him, Lewy Finnegan scoops into a nice deep barrel. Wow, and that was a good one for Lewy. Spit out. Nice little surprise there for the judges. Wow, we'll see what happens. I mean, man, that was an insane wave by Mike.
Unreal. Wow. Lewy coming out of the barrel right in front of Mike Stewart after he has that wipeout inside of the barrel. So pretty interesting wave exchange right there. Coming down to the wire, 6 minutes remaining in round number 2, heat number 10. And still waiting for those scores to drop. As soon as we see them on our screen, we will shoot them over to you. So coming up next, we are, well, here's another look. Waiting for those couple waves to drop.
Yeah, we'll see what Lewy only needs a 6.06. We'll see if he gets it. I'm not sure. Well, it'll be close. It's gonna be real close, Manny.
Round number 2 is the pressure cooker. 2 riders advance on to round number 3, and 2 riders will call it a day.
But not after surfing perfect box all morning. They're stoked, you know, pretty much.
Exactly, and guaranteed they're going to be getting. Well, obviously we're recording all of this, but also they'll walk away some sick photos from our man in the orange jersey in the channel, Sasha Specker.
Yeah, indeed. It's going to be pretty cool.
So not all is lost.
No, not all is lost. These guys are going to come home with something, some sort of good memory, getting spit out of huge barrels at the box, and having a lot of fun with their friends out there. You know, waves are pretty consistent. I see some lines coming in, and that offshore is just kicking it up and looking really clean. Next guy's paddling out. We got Tom Rigby, Michael Novi, getting ready to do battle in heat number 3 with Joe Clark and Lise. I'm not going to try to pronounce that last name, but look at Mitch Rawlins. Oh big air ass. Oh, it comes unglued.
Yes, looks like he's landing. May have dug the rail and lost his board right there. Now you see him bobbing in the whitewash.
It was a heavy landing, that's for sure. That is for sure.
Back to our question. We got Nathan Attard, and we also have another person in there asking and talking about, it was Shacks and Shakas. They want to know about new moves. And they have 2 different questions, but let's combine them. New moves in competition, yay or nay? And if so, what are those moves?
Well, right now, you know, the waves we have, we're surfing in. It definitely gives us an opportunity to try new moves because of this. You know, Mitch Rawlins going up for almost a new move here, but he just goes into a nice little ARS and just lands too hard when he goes underwater, man. That was a pretty big air, though. He had nice free fall. But getting back to the new moves question, yesterday, you know, you have to almost try new moves and do things if you want to make it out of your heats these days. I mean, that's kind of we're getting pushed to that limit of bodyboarding out here in these days. So you want to make your heats, you want to win a contest, you're gonna have to try something different and do something big. And we're gonna have to try some new moves. And we've seen that young Tanner McDaniel doing his little move, that Angry Dragon, like a reverse roll to flip, and it was pretty awesome.
Let's talk about that, because there's names thrown out. There's Tahitian David
Tahuda, I think,
and there's also Jonah Romero that have been doing this similar type of move. But we'll get back to that live action right now. Dropping in white, it is Ruyman Rey. Is he going to come out of that? Oh, wow! Finds the opening.
Oh my goodness, that was a deep barrel, man. And he came out with a roll, kind of to the criteria of what the judges want.
It looked like he was on the brakes the whole time and was able to just maintain enough speed as when it opened, he was able to come out, and enough speed to do a roll.
Totally. I mean, it was a smaller wave, but it was a really heavy wave, and he got everything out of it. He did everything he possibly could on this wave. You know, getting as deep as he could and coming out with that nice clean roll. Look at that. He's on the shocky. He just gets spit out and right to a roll. That's really nice surfing. We'll see what the judges score. I mean, Ruyman needed 7.81 to go second. So he needed a big score. I don't know if that's going to be it. And we got Lewy Finnegan rocketed to first place, Manny. That last wave, that set wave, he got spit out. He went straight to first. Wow, what a situation change. Mike Stewart now into third, Mitch Rawlins into second. Mike needs a 6.93 to go to second to take out Mitch Rawlins, and here he is. Oh, no, this is Mitch.
Mitch Rawlins, look at this. Big flip right there and lands perfectly. Mitch Rawlins is coming out strong in the last couple minutes of this heat, and he knows it's not over yet.
Oh, yeah, it's do or die. He's in second place. He wants to make sure he stays in second and advances on. 2 minutes left. Let's see what happens with that last move. You know, it could be one of Mitch's better waves. That was a big flip. And the judges are going to really like that, I think. Let's watch him just go right off the bottom and sky this thing. Boom. Wow.
Perfectly executed maneuver right there
from
Mitch Rawlins.
That was one of the best flips I've seen today, this morning, and he did and it looked awesome.
So back to this controversy. I don't call it a controversy because everybody's still having fun. But the new move, Jonah Romero, David, and Little Tanner. How do you stake claim to that? What is the name, and are we going to see it in competition?
Oh yeah, we're going to see it in competition. I tried one yesterday. I mean, Tanner did one at half point. You know, I'm sure if David ever enters a competition, he's going to do them all day long. Look at this, Mike Stewart. Shocked.
Oh, he comes out of that. Great water angle from the Slicks and Decks water angle, Seamus Maka.
Wow. Action right here, the last couple minutes, man. Things are just changing up.
Lewy Finnegan held on to that first place spot for at least a few waves. Can he maintain after those last 2 waves from Mitch Rawlins and Mike Stewart? We will see. Scores still dropping. Reflex replay. Talk us through it.
Look at this, Mike Stewart on a beautiful wave. Oh gosh, just sets his digs in his legs, getting a big, clean barrel spit out. Wow.
All these guys are making the tube riding look easy out there, but how difficult is it?
Oh, it's definitely not easy. We saw Mike Stewart come unglued on a few. Saw Lewy Finnegan not make a couple waves. It's not an easy job out there. That's why you do get a good score, and if you make a big deep barrel. We're still waiting on scores for those last waves. I mean, I think I'm just as anxious as everyone else just to see what everyone's getting scored on. Especially with Mike Stewart's last one and Mitch Rawlins. Is it going to be a game changer or not? Oh, look at this.
Lewy Finnegan in blue taking a look at this one.
Smaller wave,
into this.
but he just wants to do those big backflips. Oh, my gosh. Just didn't make it. Oh, that was awesome.
Unreal. His little frail body just got launched from the lip, and it looked like he was able to pull it off. Look at this, Stewart, in the last minute.
Second. Boom. Heat is over.
Wow,
we
don't have official scores for you on this heat yet, so give us a few minutes. Scores are still dropping down, and just an amazing wave exchange towards the end right there. Another look at Lewy Finnegan.
Wow, look at him just go right up to the lip, man. Big flip and critical. He just landed off a little off kilter. He didn't make it, but it was awesome. Yeah, we're still waiting for final results here. But, I'm going to pass this mic over to Jason Bitzer. He's going to get in the hot seat with Manny Vargas for the rest of the morning. It was a lot of fun, Manny. Have a great day.
Did you talk about your